Matty Longstaff hit it! He scores! Matty Longstaff on his Premier League debut into the back of the net at the Gallagher end of St James's Park. What a moment for the 19-year-old Jonny. And a corner kick is given. Doesn't matter. Full-time whistle is blown by Mike Dean to signal a home win for Newcastle United for the first time this season.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We're here with the Manchester United preview. Just before we get onto the preview, Amazon. It's on Amazon on Boxing Day. Make sure you subscribe to Amazon. Make sure you get the link underneath, which will be getting you all the Premier League football. There's 9 games on the 26th and there's a game on the 27th between Wolves and Manchester City. So get involved. Let's go on Manchester United. They've just lost 2-0 to Watford on Sunday. Rob, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's under a little bit of pressure again. Is it a good time to play them?
Yes, definitely. I think at this time of year when the fixtures come thick and fast, there's very little time to sort of analyse and go over the mistakes that they made today. And especially, like I say, at this time of year, we've had an extra 24 hours of rest compared to them. I think something like that can certainly work in our favour. So I'm actually really optimistic that we can get a draw, cautiously optimistic that we might get a win on Thursday. But I can't see us losing on this one, I really can't.
Paul, Marcus Rashford is being scintillating form apart from the game against Watford. Is he their biggest danger?
They've got some brilliant players, but they've got such an unusual collection of misfits in some areas and then world-class, wonderful players in others. And I just don't think the team is gelling and knitting, and I think that there's different factions and all sorts. I think if we can do what we did at St James's Park and keep Rashford quiet, I think that nullifies a lot of their attacking threat. And our defence has been our strong point all season and even last season. So why can't we go down there, like Rob said, and get at least a point and pile further misery? Because I'm telling you now, there is pressure on Ollie to get results, and that pressure, it can throw up weird and wonderful things. Newcastle could go there and potentially get 3 points, but I'm confident of at least getting a point. I really am.
How confident are you, Carl? Because Manchester United, apart from the result against Watford on Sunday, have been in pretty good form. They've beaten Manchester City, they've beaten Tottenham, won a couple of Europa League games.
They've also lost to Astana and got beat off Watford.
But if you look at the last 6, they've only lost one of the last 6. It's not bad, but obviously not. It's not Manchester United's standards of where they are in the league at the minute. They're only just above us on goal difference. Can you still remain as positive?
From their side, probably not. There is plenty of confidence now, I said, to go there and get something. Though Villa got a point there. Crystal Palace won there this season. So there's plenty. Like, I know they've beat Chelsea at Old Trafford this season. They've beat Tottenham at Old Trafford this season. But they've lost to some bang average teams and dropped points to some bang average teams at Old Trafford as well. So they're one of them teams where they play, it's like us have passed, to be honest. We're great against the big teams and really bad against the bad ones. So they're there for the taking, to be sure, for sure. And you've got a stat for, haven't you, Jonny? It's usually Rob, but go on, take it away.
Rob, do you know the stat?
Were we at the radio show?
Sorry.
Oh, yes. Well, I know it now.
Go on then, Rob, you give it, I'll let you.
No, you sourced it, I'll
You're too kind. So Manchester United have not had a penalty involved since Ollie took over permanently, so not when they've had that winning run last season. Have only won 7% of their games. 7% of their games without a penalty involved. That's absolutely incredible.
Just crazy. I mean, Joe Kenny had a 17% win record at Newcastle. And without penalties, Solskjaer has managed to be 10% worse. So speaks volumes.
It does, doesn't it? Let's talk about Newcastle, Rob. Any changes to the team going into the game at Old Trafford? I'm thinking the likes of Andy Carroll. Will he start 2 games in 3 days? No. Would you drop him for the Man United game and maybe put a Dwight Gale in?
That's a real dilemma. It really is, because I think Carroll can work wonders in whatever one game that he plays in, because the goalkeepers of either side, David De Gea is certainly nowhere near the quality, the standard that he used to be. And then next Saturday you've got Little Lambs Pickford, which, I can't save it. Carroll would be really good. I'd love to see Carroll against Pickford. I really would. But then who could do a job against De Gea in the Man United defence? And the only one I can think of is Carroll. So it's a big dilemma. I can't decide.
I'd go with Gale, mate. He scored at Old Trafford a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
We've took the lead. Each of the last 2 times we've went to Old Trafford, but we've also conceded 7 goals, I think, in the last two trips to Old Trafford. So the aim would be to keep the ball out of our net. But I'd go with Dwight Gale. I think he's very nimble. He can get in between the lines of like Lindelof and a very slow Harry Maguire. So I'll back Dwight Gale to play.
I'd play Carroll this first game, and the reason is as well, not just because he's a target man, but for his defensive duties on set pieces and that side of it. I would play him there. Then he's not going to be available for the other match because he's having the minutes very carefully controlled. His training is monitored and carefully controlled. His minutes on the pitch is also as well. I don't think he's capable of playing in both. But I think against Everton at home, you would hope that we'd have more of the ball. And I think that's an ideal game then to bring in Dwight Gale. So I would play Carroll against Manchester United when you need that focal point ever so much. And you can benefit from the defensive work that they can do on set pieces and corners as well.
Does this assume we'll go 1 up top, though? Because we played 2 up top yesterday.
Well, again, I'll throw it out to all three of you. What formation would you go with? Obviously, it's going to still be 5 at the back. I would imagine Steve Bruce will change it and put 4 and then 1. And if that's the case, I think Joe Linton's running around for 70 minutes.
I've got to be honest. I think he'll go with 2 up top. I think he'll go for them. I think he'll play Almiron in the middle again because very effective he is in the middle. So,
but Kyle, he didn't show that respect against Aston Villa. He gave loads of respect to Aston Villa. No disrespect to Aston Villa, but he's going to give even more respect to Manchester United, a former club as well, isn't he?
I think he'll make a risk, mind. I really do. It is a risk to go to Old Trafford and play 2 up front, but I think he will. I think he'll make the risk.
If we can get our noses ahead at Old Trafford, watch all the stands turn on Ollie, and it'll turn toxic. And
it turned on Mourinho last year.
Yeah, so if we can get that sort of situation going, get our noses ahead, I then think we can dig in. And that's why I'm confident of getting at least a point, if not all 3, because I think the fans are running out of patience. They're demanding a lot more than being equal on points with the likes of little old Newcastle as they look up
Weak
on
club
us.
in the North East, as a manager of theirs has said that in this decade, believe it or not.
Yeah. Rob, finally, Miguel Almiron scored, obviously, on Saturday. How much confidence do you think he'll have going into this game and get to showcase his talents at Old Trafford?
We've said it many times, haven't we, where it only takes one Miggy goal to then let him go on a run, open the floodgates up. Hopefully that'll be the case, but I think patience is what's needed again. But I've just come up with a pretty decent stat. The last time we conceded the first goal at Old Trafford was on Boxing Day 2014. So 5 years ago.
4-3.
No, 3-1.
No,
Probably 3-1.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was one of Alan Pardew's last games in charge at Newcastle.
Second last.
Yeah. Predictions then, Rob. Prediction for the game on Thursday, Boxing Day.
I'll be optimistic.
After your 0-0 prediction against Crystal Palace, you're going optimistic.
I'll say 2-1. I was nearly right with that. I'll say 2-1 to Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle. I was right, by the way, with that 1-0. Just got the wrong goal scorer. Paul, prediction for Thursday?
I see Newcastle going ahead, and I see Man United probably equalising in the 92nd or 93rd minute. And I can see him being out of job, but I think it'll be a 1-1 draw, score draw.
Kyle, I know you don't like doing predictions, but will Newcastle not get a defeat?
I'm very positive we can get something. I'll leave it at that.
So Kyle's gone for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-0. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I think Newcastle can actually win this game if they have the right mentality. And that'll be a fantastic late Christmas present from Santa if we can get a 1-0
double
win.
over Man United and go above them in the league. Yeah.
Exactly. Steve Bruce has been waiting all year, about 20 odd years to get a win over Manchester United. Can he get one at Old Trafford? Let's wait and see. My thanks to all 3 of you. Thanks to all the viewers as well. This is one of the last few videos before Christmas, so have a fantastic Christmas as well.